just where it needs to be. Spilling tea and truth for you and me. MrCoop's got radar for the shady and absurd. Georgie's giggles follow every witty word. Oh, the T-Move crew wake up every morning bringing chat, breaking news. No yawning, MrCoop and Georgie show. Let's go. Don't miss the truth. They're always in the know. He's got eyes for bullshit, calling it out on the spot. If Georgie don't catch you first, he surely will, hot or not. Georgie's laughs are contagious. Please don't break her. Tune in now. Let's watch this justice shaker. MrCoop's on the mic with that keen insight, sniffing out fakery like a hound's delight. Georgie's there clutching mic, stands in two hands. Her laugh so infecting it echoes through the land. They'll peel back the layers of every rumor and fib, and you better believe they won't take any snob's jib. Truth's their weapon, humor's their shield. Together they conquer every battlefield. Yeah, the T-Move crew wake up every morning bringing chat, breaking news. No yawning, MrCoop and Georgie show. Let's go. Don't miss the truth. They're always in the know. He's got eyes for bullshit, call it out on the spot. If Georgie don't catch you first, he surely will, hot or not. Georgie's laughs are contagious. Please don't break her. Tune in now. Let's watch this justice shaker. When the world's a circus full of clowns and mime, MrCoop's on patrol, there's no waste of time. Georgie's giggles burst like fireworks in the sky. One chuckle from her and you feel 10 feet high. They're the Dune and the duo, no capes but full of flair, calling out the bogus with style and flair. The T-Move crew wake up every morning bringing chat, breaking news. No yawning, MrCoop and Georgie show on a roll, yo. Catch the truth before it starts to mellow. He's got eyes for bullshit. Watch him take a stand. If Georgie don't catch you first, he'll reprimand. Georgie's laughs are contagious. Please don't break her. Their justice is angels, pranksters, cola shakers. Keep your ears peeled, your spirits high. With MrCoop and Georgie, no lie can survive. The T-Move crew's message is crystal clear. Laugh, learn, and live, 'cause they're always near.
Hey, good morning, Georgie.
Morning, Coopy. Happy Hump Day,
How you
everybody.
doing? Hump Day, yeah.
Hump Day, yeah!
Oh my goodness, it is the middle of the week, boys and girls, the middle of the week. And no to your question, Georgie, I don't see anywhere. All right.
Hi,
Who is she
everybody.
babbling
Share. Yeah, no, I'm not feeling good. I started feeling bad about in Mama's stream last night, and today I feel like my head is in a vice grip. But we're gonna rock this thing either way.
Yeah, buddy. We got all kinds of goodies for today.
dear.
Yes. We got all kinds of goodies. Yep. Good morning, Tommy and Mr. Al and Johnny D. What's happening, Captain?
Greg,
Miss Brenda, Cher, how you
Al.
doing? How you doing? Oh, there's Darlene and Nancy. Good
Gary.
morning. Good morning.
Gary.
Oh, so Miss Tammy, Miss Nancy, how's it feel being Smurfs now? You guys doing all right? You handling it? Oh, that's right. Mama said Paul wasn't going to be here
Yeah,
today.
he's working today.
Yeah, I didn't see that. If Mama hadn't said anything, I wouldn't have known, which is fine, you know. But we got all the other fabulous guys and gals in. Oh, Sharon says sinus allergies.
Possibly. I was around Mom Friday, and Mom's been suffering with a sinus infection and bronchitis. And knowing my luck, I'm probably catching her crud. Because I catch everything. I catch everything.
It's not getting outside and getting that vitamin C is what it is. You know, house hermit over there. Need to get outside, get some sun.
That
It's
actually,
amazing what the sun will do for you.
I miss being outside. Tiny's my little house hermit, so I stay inside with Tiny.
Well, put a leash around his neck, drag him outside. Let's go for a walk, boy.
Cataluda. Gary.
Yes.
Lemon.
Oh, yeah. Native Pride. Yeah. Jack Mills. Man, they're rolling in already. 143
Holy cow.
popped in already. Wow, yeah. We've been going, 6 minutes? Yeah. So, hey, guys and gals, while I'm thinking about it, please hit that like button on both Georgie's side and my side. Show old Screw Tube who's the boss.
That's right.
Yep. Vitamin D also. Yeah, I've got my doctor's appointment coming up on Thursday. So at the moment I'm only out of just a few of my pills, but they're not the major pills, you know what I mean? They're not my insulin type shit. They're just like I think the main one that I'm missing right now that I'm out of is just my cholesterol, which that's fine. I can miss a few days on that. You see, I had my blood test last week. I had my doctor's appointment this week. So
What day is your appointment? Tomorrow?
Thursday.
Tomorrow?
Yeah. Yeah, tomorrow afternoon. At 3:00. 3:00. So it's all right. I mean, I got enough, the main stuff that I need is for my blood sugar. Well, I have all of that stuff. I have plenty of that. I could actually go another week if I had to.
You don't need to.
Anyway, no. But anyway, yeah, I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow, and I figured out what's been spiking my freaking blood sugar. It's the damn cranberry juice.
Are we sure it's the cranberry juice?
That's the only thing different that I have done lately. And I've been taking my blood sugar every morning consistently here lately. And every evening. And it's been running ever since I quit drinking the cranberry juice. It's been fine.
Huh.
It's been right where it needs to be. So, I did watch some stuff on the interwebs and did do a little research. Just because it says sugar free doesn't mean there's not shit in there that's going to mess with your blood sugar. And a lot of those ingredients they put in to replace sugar are just as bad for you as the sugar is. So there is that. So when all else fails, you go to straight water.
That's right.
Okay. Water will not hurt you in any way, shape, or form.
Oh.
But ever since I got my blood test back, and it came down a little bit, but not enough to get the doctor off my ass. So I started thinking, what is it that I have been doing that's different? And that's the only thing that's been different is I've been drinking straight cranberry juice for Jesus. That sugar-free stuff. Well, ever since I had my kidney thing, 6 months ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as soon as I had that kidney stone, I started drinking the cranberry juice, and I had my doctor's appointment. It jumped up to 8.5. And then here it is another 3 months later. It's still sitting at 8.1. It came down a little, but not enough to make him happy. So I'm assuming that's what it is.
So
But I didn't know.
even in the unsweetened cranberry juice, it has a glycemic index of about 50 still, and it can still affect your blood sugar.
Yep. So I quit it, just went back to straight water because I can hear him now. His little squeaky voice is, what are you going to do to fix this? I'm like, I'm drinking straight water now. So kiss my ass. I have my one can of sugar-free A&W root beer for dinner, and that's it. The rest of the day, it's strictly water.
I love root beer.
Yeah, Mama turned me on to that A&W sugar-free, and it tastes just like regular root beer. It doesn't have that nasty diet taste. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I actually enjoy it. It's pretty good. Well, uh-oh. Is that you chirping me?
Nope, wasn't
Oh,
me that
no.
time.
Oh, woo, it's Jamie out of the blue. Oh, yeah, okay, Jamie. My niece is typing. Okay.
Wow, I haven't heard from Jamie in a while.
Yeah. Oh, last time I heard from him was May 6th. He's been in the chat, though.
Yeah.
He's been in the chat. Yeah. I just go back to straight water. I mean, I get my one little can of soda once a day. I'll be good to go. I want to have A1C around 6 or below. Yeah, Nancy, or Sharon, that's what the doctor wants me. He actually wants me around 5.5, somewhere around there. But that requires Fat Boy to get off his ass and go out and walk and exercise, and that's just something I'm just not in the mood to do.
See, you fuss at me about needing sunshine.
But I do get outside. I just don't go outside and exercise. I go out and hang out with the chickens. I watch Mama try and run all over the yard catching rabbits. I run from Big Boy when I have to. I just don't exercise. What can I say? I'm old. Unless you're drinking Otter Creek water. Yeah, there you go. Oh, MS Coast Life. How you doing? Yeah. Oh, Miss Palmer's is in the house.
Mama Coop.
I saw Mama. Yep, I better say good morning. I saw her. Hey, babe. Yeah, I went over and was listening to her for a little bit, and then Mikey sent us a message, so I jumped on with him as soon as Mama was over. I was on there for about 5 minutes. He had to boogie, but he's out there listening. I tell you, Coop, if you just get the once a week shot, your sugar will be okay. Yeah, but you know how much that damn shot costs, Tammy? That's like $1,000. Okay, that stuff's expensive.
Shelly said running for Big Boy is considered exercise.
Yeah. Well, that's life saving. That's get away from him before he gets me. But yeah. So what's going on in the wonderful world of chat out there? Come on, guys. We'll stop talking about my blood sugar. That's just a downer. So let's get on to some good juicy stuff. What y'all got for me and Georgie this morning? Oh, there you go, Mr. Coop.
Good morning, Cat Whisperer.
Good morning. Yes. Wise Angel's in the house. Hey, girl. I exercise, take vitamin D3. Now, I have been taking a lot more vitamins here lately. I can say that. I'm taking the B12, the D, taking my cinnamon pills that they tell me to take, taking my apple vinegar or whatever it is, pills. Were you brushing off the desk? Yeah. Huh?
The B vitamins help with energy.
Damn, Coon got my favorite chicken last night. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Dangerous Waves. Coon got her favorite chicken last night. What's that? What'd you say?
They said the B complex vitamins help with energy, and they're absolutely correct.
Right. Now, I was using. Mama had, I think it was 1,000 milligram B12 she had me on. Well, it wasn't really doing anything, so I bumped it up to 5,000. But the difference between the 5,000 and the 1,000 is the 5,000 I can only get in a chewable. You know, it tastes like cherry. You chew it up. I don't feel any different. The 5,000 versus the 1,000, because the 1,000 I was taking 2 of those, so it was actually 2,000. But I don't know. That advice on chat: drink Otter Creek. Yeah, I ain't drinking Otter Creek water. No. I mean, our city water here is good, but it's heavily, chlorinated. So we literally have a Brita water filter in the refrigerator that I fill up every day, and Mama fills up every day to take that harsh stuff out of there.
There you go.
So we don't taste it. But it ain't.
I love the
It ain't
Brita.
brown. Yeah, it ain't brown. It ain't brown water. It's actually clean water. Matter of fact, I have to literally. I've got 2-gallon jugs that I set out in the sun to take all of the chemicals out of it, and that's what I use for my fish tank. Matter of fact, I haven't done a fish tank stream in a long time. Yeah, gonna have to try that. Yeah.
How are the fishies doing?
Oh, they're fine. They're fabulous. They haven't lost one. They're just fishing around. I come in here every morning to turn the light on. And it's kind of dark in here in the office anyway. And when I turn the light on in the fish tank, there's Mr. Suckerfish that nobody ever sees. He's on the glass, and as soon as the light comes on, he scurries underneath that rock in the middle of the tank, and he'll stay there all day long. But the rest of them, they just doing fish stuff, moving around. Wow, we got 208. So, oh shit, I better go do that, huh? I
Do
forgot
what?
to do my sharing, sharing. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, I see. Our favorite grifter is out there grifting again, Georgie.
I know.
She's
There we go. He is not fish bait, and him's a happy little dinosaur in his new house. Yes, guys, make sure y'all hit that thumbs up on both mine and Coop's sides. I don't know where Coopy went. Coop fell down. Coop fell down. Right, Mark? I saw that. Soon as Coopy comes back, I will pull that up. Rinkies! Right, Rinky? Coopy is having technical difficulties, and he will be right back. Yeah, we have a couple from Randy on Fed 1 and 2. And it's pretty simple. He filed for summary judgment against the counterclaims on Fed 1 against Lynette and John. And he also turned in the bankruptcy to Belitho for both cases. Fleas are heavy on the cyberbullying. Yeah, but they claim we're the ones doing it. Well, hi, Mr. Tim. Well, I'm glad you could get a good laugh, Miss Nancy. Rinky. Nemesis. Jeremy's thumbnail triggered Fleesa. Everything Jeremy does triggers Fleesa. Thank you, Miss Karen. Just like apparently my existence triggers Fleesa too. It was, wasn't it, Nanny? Storm, what are you talking about? Randy had court yesterday. This is true, Jack. Wait, what? She was almost crying? Oh, man, I missed it. Tim, you have been in our prayers this whole time, sir.
Boo. Boo.
Hi, Koopy. Welcome back.
Oh man, just crazy ass. I don't know what was happening. I was sharing away and it just decided to reboot my whole
Reboot.
computer for some reason. Yeah, I don't know what the hell.
As you were coming back in, Coop's Dirty said, "You sure Coop is coming back, or is this going to be like when my dad left for a pack of smokes?"
I was coming back. It's just this thing. I don't know. I'm thinking about literally taking it to a shop and having somebody go through the damn thing and tell me what is causing all of this. I mean, because it just randomly does it all the damn time.
My screen randomly cuts off. I don't know why.
I think maybe it's because I had too many windows open. That might be it. I don't know.
That very well could be it.
Yeah, because I mean, I usually have Google Chrome on both screens. One of them's full of my YouTube stuff, where I've got my channel, your channel, Rumble, all that good shit. And then the other one's full of Messenger and Restream. But anyway, I'm back. So what happened? Nobody burned the house down while I was gone, did they?
No.
All
The
right.
chat said Fleesa was almost in tears last night.
Over what this time? Let me guess, she followed it up begging for money right afterwards.
No, but Lynette's been begging for money.
I saw that. Yeah.
Kevin said your processor went on strike.
Yeah, probably did. It's kind of nutty.
Hi, Miss Penny.
Let's see. Go here. Yes. Good morning, Miss Penny. Oh, Rinkies.
Rinky,
Is
thank
that
you.
that's for you, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Love you too. And he says, Mr. Coop, quit falling down.
Yeah. This is the first time it's ever done it on stream, though.
No
I can.
buttons?
Yeah, I'm headed there.
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. And now I got to get one more window and we're good to go. I think that's Georgie's right there. Yes, I gotta get mine. I really don't need mine.
Did
I
it,
have
Cynthia?
the other one open.
Cynthia said Windows 11 updated last night.
Oh, did it? I haven't gotten that update yet, but
Maybe
I'm sure
that's
I
why
will.
your computer rebooted. It had to restart for an update.
Who knows? Who knows? So what's this? Let's drag that up here and see what old Liar Nuts got to say. I know a lot of you guys have probably seen this. Yeah, we'll see what old Liar Nuts got to say. Oh, I'm taking that down and bringing that up a different way where we can zoom in on that. Yeah. We got some Randy drops too yesterday in both Fed 1 and Fed 2, did we not?
Yes, that's what I was telling the chat. We had 2 documents from Randy in Fed 1 filing for summary judgment against Jod and Lynette for their counterclaims. And then we had him turning in the fact that she filed for bankruptcy. He filed that in both cases.
Now, see that right there? I absolutely love that. He's heading it off at the pass. You know, he's telling Judge McSteamy, hey.
We changed his name to Carl.
Carl.
Yeah, because there was a picture that someone posted in the server last night, and he's got that wandering eye like Carl from Sling Blade has. So I changed his name to Carl.
Who that?
Let's get some taters. Mm-hmm. McDreamy.
Oh. All right. Now, I guess she's tired of letting Lisa and them grift for her, so she's going to do it on her own. Let's see how well this takes off. She needs
Miss
$5,000.
Mary said to tell you that she is 33 minutes behind. We've only been going 28 minutes. How is she 33 minutes behind?
I don't know. I don't know.
Don't math.
Who knows? I mean, it might be different wherever she's at. I don't know.
All right, Lynette says, good evening. My permanent jewelry is coming to the flea market in Chiefland in 2 weeks. And like we were before with the RV I was buying from Lloyd, I have found a beautiful motorhome for Harley Grace and I. So we're not so crowded and I can start her official homeschooling. And we just have a place of our own. Since John and I are not married, I have to raise the money quickly, $5,000 down. Okay, first of all, you just filed for bankruptcy. You think anybody is going to give you a freaking loan, lady?
Well, I have to raise the money quickly, $5,000 down. So has she found some sucker that's going to let her give them $5,000 down and she's going to finance the rest of it through them? Because I don't think if she's filing bankruptcy, I don't think that any credit agency is going to touch that.
She said that she's looking at a personal loan and she's going to sell all her jewelry that she put away for HG for later on in life. And if God wants this... Okay, scroll down.
Coming.
To happen, it will. I need my own room, my own space for peace of mind and mental safety. I'm open to any help and many, many prayers. I've really turned my flea market booth into a beautiful space. I hope this works out for me and Harley Grace and for John and the tortoises.
Hold on a second.
Wait a minute, lady.
I thought she didn't have a flea market store.
Yeah, you didn't report that to your bankruptcy case there, lady. I thought you didn't have any jewelry either.
Yeah.
You also stated on your bankruptcy documents you didn't have any jewelry or clothes
So does anybody
or
get the
animals.
feeling that this $6,000 that they've paid this bankruptcy lawyer was just like going out and throwing it in the garbage, right out in the street? Because I don't. She's openly admitting all this stuff. Does she not realize that the person that's going to be over this is not going to see all of this?
Okay, she mentions jewelry, the flea market, the tortoises, and the service dog all in this one freaking post.
And she don't even have a service dog.
You just incriminated yourself, you oxymoron. Well, I'm awake now.
I mean, this woman is a complete.
Until the house can get done.
Well, I was watching Tug and Megan last night, right? $734 a month they're paying on that Jeep, right? Mm-hmm. So let's look at that. 734 times 12. That's $8,808 that she's paying on that Jeep. Now you throw in another, I think she said $150 for her insurance a month. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot of money. All right. How long she been there? Since 2021 she's been on this property, so say 4 years. That damn house could have been completed by now. If she'd have just went and got her an odd freaking cheap, $200, $300 a month payment car, she would have been saving half that money.
Can we go back to the attorney keeping her quiet? Because now she's just incriminating herself.
Yeah. These people are nuts. I mean, I honestly think that they do not know how to manage money at all. But think about that, guys. $8,000 a month. She bought it in 2020. That's a lot of money. That's 5 years worth of payments. Oh, what was that? Times. Oh, what was it?
Have it, firefighter.
Just say 5 years. So she's already paid $44,040 on this Jeep. And that's not counting the insurance, the gas, the upkeep on it. That's just the freaking payment. And she's saying that the thing is only worth like, what, $20,000? So how does where does the 900 come from? It's blowing my mind, guys. Blowing my mind. What's Mikey got? Okay. Stacy. Who is Stacy?
That's what I was wondering.
We'll have to look at that later. Yeah.
She said, there's still so much to do on the house. I also can take my daughter on trips to visit mines all over the USA and dig for crystals. What? Lots of science to learn and history and math. It just goes on and on. God bless, and please, before you hurt others, look in the mirror and see the hurt person looking back at you. Take your own advice, you nutbag. You don't realize how you hurt others, and it actually hurts you too. Be kind. Faith, hope, love, and the greatest of these is love. First of all, you need an exorcism and don't need to be quoting Bible verses.
No.
Oh. She says very clearly right here in black and white, she has never gotten any donations for the $56,000. I've never gotten one penny of anything. Not one dime, not one nickel, nothing. There was never a donation for $56,000. But
wow.
there was. You just didn't see it.
How can she sit there and say there was never a donation for $56,000 when you got the guy that actually donated the money saying he donated it? You got Lisa saying he donated it. You got all these people saying that it was donated. How is she saying it's not?
I mean, Lisa even said it was all gone.
How? There you go. How's it gone? I mean, it was what, less than 2 weeks ago? The money was still there, untouched, just sitting there. Now it's all of a sudden gone. Where did it go?
Did she lose it in a boating accident or something? What happened, Lisa?
Yeah, where did it go? Inquiring minds would like to know.
Obviously, it didn't go to Lynette or that child like it was meant to be.
Right on. I mean,
oh, and the deflection and the victim blaming is pure gold. She says it's funny that that's the amount of money he raised for the aunt to try and take my daughter away, who's never met her, didn't want her when she was in the belly. But now that amount was supposedly given to me, you do understand that the person who did donate a large amount and others have all been spoken to. I've never been given a penny of any of it, not one penny. So you better do your research. That's
research?
what we've been asking. That is what we have been asking for months now. Ever since Donor Dave said, I gave these people $56,000, we've been asking where it was.
Exactly.
Now we have our answer. She didn't get it.
No, well, Lisa said all along that Lisa's been holding on to it. I mean, so if she's not getting a penny of it, where did all the lumber and the 2 toilets come from? Did Lisa just pay for that out of her pocket, out of the kindness of her heart? You know, here you go.
The gift cards.
Jesus. So where's the $56K? But we also got to remember, guys, Lisa also did state that all the money that's been given to her was given to her to do as she pleases. It's her money. It's not Lynette's. It's her money that she can do with as she pleases. And then you got Donor Dave over here saying, no, that was given to complete the barn for the child. I still think old Donor Dave, he's trying to get the house all fixed and built. And that way he's got him a ready-made family. All he's got to do is come kick John out when he gets here. Felicia grifted Lynette. That's Jack. That's the funniest part of it all. You got grifters, bums, and mooches out here looking for every dime that they can scam off of somebody. And then somebody comes along that's more ruthless and scamming in your name and then keeping your money.
Yeah.
I've said it before. You got to admire Lisa. You got to admire her. She's got the gift of gab when it comes to making these people just open their wallets and the money flows.
Well, they're all starting to question her now. There was people in her chat last night asking her where their packages was again last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She told him that she'll look into it.
Oh, really?
Well, look into the fact that you never sent them.
What's to look into? You took these guys' money for shipping on products that they supposedly won for free after they paid you super chats, and they haven't gotten their free stuff. How can you say that's a free gift when you make them pay for shipping? Now, guys, that's not me and Georgie. We're not speculating on it. That's what their chat has said, that they had to pay for the shipping.
Yeah. Well, even some of their viewers who hang out with us now have said that they had to pay shipping.
Right.
And they themselves have had several people from Lisa's chat tell them, hey, I never got my packages I paid for.
Right. I mean, I don't see how in the past, say, 2 months, all of the stuff that has come up about this donated money. Okay, Donor Dave, he's been asking for receipts. You got people that are giving her super chats for a free gift and not receiving them. Okay, now you got Lynette saying the $56,000 never even existed. You got all of this shit coming up, and these people are still giving them money.
That part.
How does that work? How does that work? I mean, they raised $6,000 for her to get a lawyer, and now you got people in Lisa's chat bitching and moaning. We didn't give you that money for a bankruptcy attorney. We gave you that money to get a real lawyer for the federal cases.
The current cases, exactly.
Right. So why are they still giving them money? Why are they even still hanging out? I don't get it.
Nemesis.
Oh, there's a nemesis.
Well, she showed up while you were having your malfunction, so we couldn't play her button. There you go.
Sorry. But I don't understand these people. It's just one scam after another. So, where's the $3,000? Where's the memorial? I mean, come on, guys. Where's the memorial that she promised Tina and her husband?
Yeah, where's the memorial? Is it lost on a ship in between China and the U.S.? Like, where? The memorial, the barn supplies.
I'm assuming that the hatred for Jeremy Hales runs so deep that these fools just keep handing over money out of hatred. Because I don't know any normal, sane person that would continue to hand money or continue to support people that are doing what Lisa and them are doing. Literally taking money in for a family and not giving it to them. It's kind of crazy. So last I saw, they were up to like a little over $1,000 for what you got here?
Randy's document and Fed 2 from last night.
Oh. So what are they they're over $1,000 right now on the new case that they're trying to take and get organized up in Ohio. Where's that money? Well, that's that? Bubbles has got that.
Miss Sharon makes a good point. Where's the survey that they raised money to do for the? Where did Tina and Brian go?
Yeah, that's gotten all quiet over there.
Where did Tina and Brian go?
I mean, they say they had the survey done. They bragged about having it done, how Jeremy's wrong and Tina and them were right, but they never showed the survey.
And they never showed proof.
I mean, wouldn't you want that? You got Jeremy Hales running around with his camera calling you a liar, saying that I own half of your property. I'd be damned if he didn't own half of that property and I went and had a survey done. I'd be all over social media showing people, hey, looky here. He was wrong. But we haven't heard one peep out of him. I think they're in hiding.
That's what I think too. I find it odd that they've just went poof. After
Jeremy released all that dirt on them, talking shit about people in the town, talking shit about her own family, the police. He played the recording of those two talking to, what was his name? McLeyer.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. So they might be hiding. I think they let Lisa and Lynette and John, talk them up, gave them a little backbone to stand up, told Jeremy, and I think it backfired on them.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you got Crook and Lynette over there. They're always in the spotlight. They don't care. They're just nutty people. But Tina and them, when they saw the blowback that came from Jeremy, I think they're in hiding. They're keeping their heads down.
How about Shara's video that was released the other day?
Yeah, there's that too.
Tina talking, defaming Jeremy to a police officer.
Yep. And they had already been missing before that come out. And now that even shows more. Now that was a little phone call, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Dispatch. But she was talking to McIntyre again.
Oh, McIntyre.
Yep.
But it's nutty. It's nutty. Oh my goodness, we got 318 beautiful souls watching right now, Georgie. So hey guys and
Wow.
gals, if you don't mind, please hit that like button on both Georgie's side and my side. Show old ScrewTube what's up. Yeah. Oh, there was body cam from Shara's last posting. Tina saying JH points. Yeah, that's another thing too. I only know of one fool running around Otter Creek pulling guns on people, and it ain't Jeremy Hells.
That part.
Yeah. So you
Kimmy
show
says,
me, huh?
Kimmy says, let's not forget everything Tina said JH did was actually done by JC. Exactly.
Exact. Deflection much?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Deflection and projection.
It's absolutely nuts. Jade's paid a lot of money to survey the 70
70.
acres. Well,
Yep.
the 70 acres isn't what's in question. It's the little church lot that is right beside Tina and her husband's. According to Jeremy, it's supposed to be at half an acre. And from the way he makes it sound, they built that garage. Half of that garage is on his property. Now, I don't know for sure. I don't know if he had that property surveyed or not. I really don't know. I'm just going off of what he said. But, holy cow, Cremoli, look at there. Dwayne, thank you so much, brother, for the 20 memberships. Wow.
Woohoo.
Here we go again. Lisa, Lone Wolf. Brenda, yeah, that's a Smurf. Perry, what's happening? All right, keep going. He's turning it green. Where's the rest of it? Cat Whisperer got one. Wow.
Miss Brenda.
Congratulations to all the Coops, new Coops. Yes, yes. Thank you, Dwayne, so much.
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
Welcome to the jungle.
Let's check Pacer real quick. No.
Oh, my. Welcome aboard to all the new Coops. Yep, Coops. Yes, yes, yes. Nemesis, I was going to renew my membership and just noticed I'm turned green again. Thank you to the person who lifted the membership. You are most welcome. It's either Tammy or Dwayne because they've been on a roll here lately with memberships, and we appreciate every one of them, don't we, Georgie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Robo.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, I don't know. Georgie's kind of a lot of crazy shenanigans going on over there.
Yeah. Yes, there is. So,
Well, they got so what? What you got?
So Randy filed yesterday. This is document 89 in Fed 2. Notice of similar case pursuant to local rule 5.6. Jeremy B. Hells, Mr. Hells. The plaintiff counter defendant by and through the undersigned counsel wishes to inform the court of a pending bankruptcy case that involves issues of fact or law in common with the issues in this case and states. Number 1, a bankruptcy case was filed in the United States Bankruptcy Court for the Northern District of Florida, case number that, a copy being attached. The bankruptcy case was filed on July 3rd by Lynette Michelle Lacey Alexis Preston, who is a defendant in the present civil action. The bankruptcy case was filed under Chapter 7 of the Bankruptcy Code. Wherefore, the undersigned respectfully requests that the court take notice of the bankruptcy proceeding and take such action as it deems appropriate. Dated July 8th. Respectfully submitted, Shockett Law Group.
And I would imagine when he talks about whatever action they see fit, I would imagine that's the judge putting the screws to old Lynette and saying, no, 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 no. You can file whatever you want, but ain't, huh?
He put all the documents for her bankruptcy case in this.
Oh my goodness.
I love Randy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got Leslie over there filing motions in these court cases that have absolutely nothing to do with these court cases, just trying to screw Jeremy over, which it's not going to fucking matter. So why can't Randy actually come back and say, hey, judge, look at here. You got these idiots trying to, get rid of assets and hide assets and do all this sneaky stuff while they're in court for defamation.
Mm-hmm.
That right there would be a red flag if I was a judge. I'd be saying, no.
If I'm not mistaken, since Jeremy is listed as a creditor on, and Randy as well is listed as a creditor on Lynette's bankruptcy, Randy can enter the case on the bankruptcy and can file the same document in her bankruptcy case and saying, hey, there's similar cases going on. And here's the email where she told me she was doing this just to put a stay on the current cases.
Georgie, have you seen anything of this Chucky's talking about? Someone stated yesterday that the two judges have already been in communication
Allegedly.
in one of the chats. What do you mean? What chat?
Someone in one of the chats, and whether it was ours or Tug's or wherever, had stated that the judges have already been in contact with each other.
Oh,
that's possible.
Okay. So it's not the judges in chats as in online. They're in communications with each other.
I mean, they are in the same district, so it's very possible. That's allegedly.
So what Chucky's saying is the judges are in communication. They're not on the interwebs.
Correct.
In physical chats. No. They're talking to each other. Okay. No judge would go on social media in chat. Where did that come from?
That's not what he meant, C-Girl.
Yeah, that's what I was questioning, C-Girl. Somebody in chat, one of you guys, basically said that the judges were talking to each other, not on social media, but yeah, that's the way I took it. Right? Is that right? Yeah. Yes, sir, Mr. Okay, gotcha. Allegedly.
Yeah, because if you think about it, because we were talking about this yesterday when we were talking about her bankruptcy case yesterday. It is very possible, especially them being in the same district and these cases being similar, being she's a plaintiff on the bankruptcy and a defendant on these other two federal cases. It is very possible that the two federal judges are comparing notes on the cases.
Let's go hide. Skipper's here. Master's home.
Daddy's home. Oh.
I was waiting for that.
Yep. Back in high school, I was shy. Nowadays, they call that stalking, but I was shy.
You're silly.
Oh. Well, he's got mind control over us. There is that,
Kiko, if he had mind control of me, I wouldn't have slept through his stream this morning.
Oh.
And I wouldn't have been late for hours.
Mr. Kiko in the house. How you doing? But yeah, it's kind of nuts. He did file for, what'd you say, summary judgment on Lynette?
Lynette and John in Fed 1, yes.
All right. So now summary judgments where the judge can just say, okay, I'm just not even going to go to jury. I'm going to decide what the punishment's going to be, right? Is that basically what it is?
Basically, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
But this is on the counterclaims because they were ordered to refile the dismissal, and they missed that deadline of refiling the dismissal where they wanted to dismiss it. So Randy's like, okay, checkmate, and filed motion for summary judgment on counterclaim filed by defendant. Now, we have defendant Cook and Lynette separated. There's 2 documents for the same thing. So I'm just going to read Cook's because they both say the same thing.
Right.
It says, pursuant to Fed R Civ P 56A, Jeremy, the plaintiff / counter defendant, moves for summary judgment on the defendant's counterclaim, as there is no genuine dispute as to any material fact, and Mr. Hales is entitled to judgment as a matter of law. No facts of the case can be reasonably disputed. Defendant Cook cannot produce any evidence that suggests Mr. Hales did anything other than exercise his rights under the First Amendment to the United States Constitution, guaranteeing freedom of the press and of speech. Plaintiff / counter defendant also submits his memorandum of law in support of this motion, attached hereto as Exhibit 1. I hereby certify that this document complies with the applicable word count limit requirements of Local Rule 7.1. The word count is less than 8,000 words. It has been calculated by the word processing system and excludes the content authorized to be excluded under the rule. I served on this day on all counsel of the record via email to the service list below.
So now, is this where the judge is going to allow them to appeal it again? Because when Randy files something like this, don't they have 30 days to appeal it with a new motion?
Oh, no, that was the default.
Right, but
this is summary judgment. They obviously have to reply to the summary judgment, but they haven't even did what the judge told them to. They're sitting over there thinking they're in a stay. And that was something else from last night. She was saying in Lisa's chat, yeah, the case is in a stay, but he's still filing stuff. It's not in a stay until the bankruptcy court approves the bankruptcy case.
Where did they get this information? Because it's not on the docket. And if it was going to be if it's on stay, the judge would order it to be put on stay and you would see it on the docket. Am I wrong?
Correct. If there was a stay, whether it be because of the bankruptcy case or otherwise, by Bolito, it would be on the docket, yes.
When are these 2 morons going to wake up and smell the freaking shit in their front yard? I'm sorry. Stop screwing around with these idiots. Put Lisa and Bubbles to the curb and go get you a lawyer and start fighting your case. Because I'm telling you right now, they are absolutely screwing you every which way they can. It is absolutely insane that they are still listening to these people. They have to apply for a stay. Exactly, Skipper. I mean, they keep listening to these guys, and it's just digging their hole deeper and deeper and deeper. I mean, come on. Oh, as a result of an appeal, come back here. Oh, except the result of an appeal decision that they cannot appeal. Exactly. I mean, they're not a stay until Judge B says they're stay. Exactly, DW. I don't understand it. Are they? Well, I'm not even going to say it because it's obvious that these guys are absolute morons. They're the broken crayons in the freaking pack. I don't understand how anybody could continue to let these people. Good morning, Pickle Tink. How you doing? LP thinks because it says the lawsuit can be stayed, she thinks it's automatically stayed without the motion. Exactly, Tammy. It's not on stay. It's still moving forward. I mean, come on. I mean, they're going to keep playing this stupid card, and eventually it's going to run out, and the judge is going to say, I'm done fooling with you idiots. This is what it's going to be. You owe Jeremy, and he's just going to name a price tag. I still think they're trying to get it dismissed on a technicality or something. I'm sorry. Ignorance, doesn't get you out of the law. What's that? What's that saying? When it comes to stupidity in law? I can't remember what it says, but
I don't know, but Sarasota said they traded in their shovels for a backhoe to dig that hole. Yeah, right? They're just digging it deeper.
it's insane. I don't understand how two people could continuously listen to these people.
How can two people continue to be that dumb?
And then you got John over here out in left field all by himself. Nobody is helping him do shit. All right, it's clear that the guy does not know what he's doing when it comes to this lawsuit. So why is he still messing with these people?
Well, he thinks Bruce shit's gold.
Look, you know that these people watch all these YouTube channels. You know this. Why are these people still not catching on? It's crazy.
A coop yogiism? This is insane. The insane is listening to the insane. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
It would be a coopism. Coopy comes up with all kind of random shit.
Yeah, but am I wrong?
No.
It's crazy. This would be a perfect case to teach in lawyer school, you know.
Law school, yeah.
Yeah, law school. What not to do, you know. I mean,
Bubbles would be the perfect example of what not to do as an attorney.
he has got these guys so jacked up, backwards, sideways, upside down with this case.
Mm-hmm.
But have you noticed we've only had one frivolous motion out of Bubbles on Fed 2. He's going to say he didn't write that, but he's bullshit. He wrote it. He wrote that. It has Bubbles all over it.
Ignorance of the law is no excuse. Exactly.
There, that's it. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, and then you got David Helms. Nobody's heard shit out of him. Nothing. Not a peep. His lawyer, he's put in his motions and he's doing his job. But these buffoons over here, they're all every single day just digging that hole deeper.
Yeah, even MLS has shut up.
I mean, come on, guys. The lawyers literally got themselves lawyers. You would think that would be a big clue right there.
Bubbles got himself a lawyer, but he's still running his mouth.
Yeah, but it's not. He's just doing Bubble stuff. You know, he's not doing Lisa stuff. He's trying to be a lawyer giving shitty advice. That's what he's doing. I mean, you got Lynette out there thinking that this case is on stay, but Randy's still filing stuff. Yeah. And guess what? You were supposed to file stuff too. You didn't. He's running his mouth, but not
About
talented.
himself.
Oh, where'd I go? Yeah, about himself. Exactly. I just don't. It's crazy. So where are we at on this here memorandum? What is this?
This is Randy's memorandum in support of summary judgment on counterclaim filed by defendant Cook.
All right.
Summary judgment standard. Where a defendant, or where, as here, counter defendant, moves for summary judgment on an issue for which it would not bear the burden of proof at trial, it is not necessary for the defendant to entirely negate the plaintiff's claim. Fitzpatrick v. City of Atlanta. See also Silatex Corp v. Cartwright. Cartwright? Yeah. We find no express or implied requirement in Rule 56 that the moving party support its motion with affidavits or other similar materials, negating the opponent's claim, emphasis in original. Instead, the movement has the burden of either negating an essential element of the non-moving party's case, or showing that there is no evidence to prove a fact necessary to the non-moving party's case. McGee v. Centennial Offender Service. Once a summary judgment movement's initial burden is met, the burden shifts to the non-moving party to bring the court's attention to evidence demonstrating a genuine issue for trial. Paler v. Hartford Fire Insurance Co. Quote, overcoming that burden requires more than speculation or a mere scintilla of evidence, unquote. The non-movement must go beyond the pleadings to provide evidence and designate specific facts showing that there is a genuine issue for trial. Celotex. Internal quotation marks omitted. The non-movement will survive summary judgment in this instance if it can demonstrate, quote, that the record in fact contains supporting evidence sufficient to withstand a directed verdict motion, unquote. Doe v. Drummond. Statement of material fact.
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Carol, for the $4.99 super. She says, I'm getting to think that BBB is watching the bar complaints to see who will and deal. Oh my God, I didn't even think of that. Because think about it. The new guy has bar complaints against him on the bar website.
Oh,
Luckman has been in prison with bar complaints.
speaking of which, Megan says that the bar puts out a monthly statement on all of the disciplines that they've done on lawyers in Florida. And I guess last month they had 3 of them that their license was taken, or 3 of them that were disbarred. There were several of them that had their license suspended. A bunch of them that had been, issued fines. So come next month, his name should be on that list.
That's funny.
So, but she said there should be, I know they were talking that he was in some trouble on 2 or 3 different complaints here with the bar.
Yeah, something like that.
So I think one of them he had to go to court for on yesterday or day before yesterday?
Yeah, that wasn't a bar complaint, though. That was the current case that he's in, and the judge that is overseeing that current bankruptcy case ordered him to show cause of why he shouldn't have to pay sanctions and why he should not lose his privileges of electronically filing.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure it will turn into a bar issue, being that the reason for said sanctions hearing was because he was allowing someone who does not have a bar license was using his electronic filing database. So
I see. We may not see anything until 1st of August. Probably, Cynthia. Probably.
see
So
anything from what?
I would say on her
the
bankruptcy
attorney.
lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There should be an update on that said case from where he had the sanctions hearing. Probably sometime today on Pacer.
Now, Luthman, he wasn't a Florida lawyer.
No, he's from New York.
He was up north where the crazies live. Okay. Continually saying YouTube content is just telling the court First Amendment protected speech. There you go, Skipper. I mean, they're going to preach. This is the narrative that they're hanging on to, that this is all being done for YouTube content. They're going to try and paint a black eye on YouTube and Jeremy that he's doing this for money. But let's not forget, what was it? May of 2023. He sent out a what? Cease and desist.
That part.
All it took was for these 2 morons to just obey it and stop their shit, and we would not be sitting here talking about it today. I would not be back online. I would still be doing my other shit. So, none of these people, nothing would be going on. And this is what they don't realize. This is what they're trying to paint Jeremy as the bad guy. But the simple fact is, they just had to listen. But they acted like children. They got told no, and so they had to throw a tantrum and just keep digging their heels in and making it worse. So guess what? Look where it's got you. It's got a permanent restraining order against Lynette and Crook. They've already been convicted of breaking the thing twice. Now they're probably going to lose everything they own. And all they had to do was listen. All they had to do was act like an adult and listen to the cease and desist. And none of this would be going on. Nobody would know a word about them, know a thing about them.
That's right. Because Jeremy did not take it to YouTube and speak out until they ignored the cease and desist and continued their bad behavior.
I think the signs were the breaking point. When they put out the signs, allegedly put out the signs, and it classified Jeremy as a child arpist, I think that's what broke the camel's back right there. I think that's when he decided enough is freaking enough. Because, you know, when it comes to the PDF file and the ARPIS thing, those are things that you guys know flat out. You don't call somebody that shit unless you have absolute positive proof. Because that kind of crap can just the hint of it can ruin a person.
Pause. Al said he just checked Pacer on Paint Chip's lawsuit on the Danish guy, and Paint Chips just filed a complaint against the judge in that case.
Oh, of course.
Ooh, watermelon.
Of course. Oh, I did see something that's supposed to help you healthy. Watermelon, lime juice, and beets.
You can keep your beets, but I love me some watermelon.
When you put it all in a blender and you blend it up, you don't even taste the beets. The watermelon is what you taste. But you take the watermelon, the beets, and the lime juice from a whole lime. You blend it up, and it's supposed to say it helps your A1C. It helps a whole litany of stuff. Now, it's probably crap. You know, it's just probably one of those things to make people go out and buy watermelons now, but still.
Man, I could live off of eating watermelon.
Oh, shit. Down here in Florida, we lived off of it during the summertime. I mean, when we were kids, that was cheap. My dad, he would always save the seeds till the next spring. And in the next spring, he'd just throw them out in the backyard because there was water that we had a bunch of citrus trees. And I know people are going to get pissy, but this is back in the 70s and 80s. He had their washing machine hooked up to a water hose. So whenever he would do clothes, the citrus trees would get watered by the washing machine. Yeah. Well, that's where he grew his watermelons. He planted his watermelons out underneath the grapefruit tree. And so when he washed, they got water. We grew up on that.
Selena, yellow watermelon. It's called, oh, Coopy, help me out here. It's not actually watermelon. It's called something else.
I know it's not a honeydew. I know it's not a cantaloupe.
Are you sure it's not a honeydew?
Well, a honeydew is not yellow. Cantaloupe's yellow or orangish yellow.
Cantaloupe is orange. Honeydew has a yellow tint to it.
No, honeydew is like a greenish tint on the inside. Outside is smooth. Okay, a cantaloupe is rough on the outside. A honeydew is smooth on the outside. When you get into the middle, they're basically the same, except one is like a light colored green. The other is like an orangish, yellowish color. That's the cantaloupe.
Did you just give them cat food in my drain dish?
Why not? It's clean, wasn't it? It's a dirty bowl. Yeah, it's a dirty bowl.
So I have my Pioneer Woman bowl, and I use it as a plant drain. It catches the water out of my plants. He just put cat food in it, set it down there on the floor for the cats.
Now, I've never heard of a yellow watermelon, so I'm going to go look, see what this is all
sweet
about.
Melon. William,
sweet melon.
Either way, the yellow or the red, they're delicious. As long as they're cold.
Yeah, I gotta have them cold. Oh, there is a yellow watermelon. Okay.
And gotta have the salt. You can keep your cantaloupe. I don't like the texture of cantaloupe. But watermelon,
Oh, I didn't know there was such a thing as a yellow watermelon. There sure shit is. It literally looks like a regular watermelon, but it's yellow inside. Huh. I didn't know that. Learn something new every day. Where are these coming from? California, I would imagine. I've never seen one in Florida.
the green cantaloupe is a honeydew. We already discussed the honeydew, James.
Right. The green one's a honeydew. Now, I like honeydews. Cantaloupes,
Honeydews are good too.
I'm picky on cantaloupes. I like cantaloupes, but they can't be mushy soft inside. They have to be cold and a little firm. Because if they're mushy soft, it's just like an apple. If an apple's got a gritty taste to it, I don't like them. They got to be, crisp and firm. They can't be.
Y'all can have your cantaloupe. Grapefruit, yes, India. I love me some grapefruit.
I can't have grapefruit no more.
I don't know how we got on the watermelon conversation. Oh yeah, Mr. G walked in with a watermelon.
Yeah, but anyway, Cooper's Dale when he learned about yellow watermelon. Sorry guys, I never knew there was such a thing. I
just told him, I was like, "You see what you did? He calls me the squirrel."
I would imagine they probably taste the same as a regular watermelon, don't they? There's a golden honeydew melon, much tastier.
Pink pineapples? I've seen that, but I feel like those are genetically changed.
That's another thing. You take Allmart, for example. All of their fruits and vegetables come from either Mexico or California. Why can't these morons buy local?
Exactly.
I mean, we have watermelon trucks on the side of the road everywhere selling watermelons all through the summertime. Why are they not selling fresh? Why do they have to buy from other countries and states? If I die,
I mean, staying within our
patch.
states and buying fruits and veggies, fine. But going to other countries, I can see the problem there.
I don't get it. Now, Strawberry Festival in February, end of February, when our Strawberry Festival hits, that's when all your strawberry vendors are growing is during the wintertime. So come January, February, March, they used to, at our local Walmart, would carry local strawberries. But the past couple of years, I haven't seen it. It's pretty crappy. I mean, you got farmers in your own state that you got your business in. You're selling groceries. Why aren't you selling from these local farmers? It's crazy.
I like buying local.
I mean,
that's
why.
We need to get some more honey. I gotta go get some more honey from our local.
Now that's one thing that's pretty expensive. I've got
a friend of mine. It is expensive, but worth it.
Right. I've got a friend of mine down here. He literally is a beekeeper. He does it for a living, does the honey and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'll go over here and talk to Kerwin and he'll hook me up on some honey. Hell no. He don't change that price for nobody. You gonna pay what the stores pay. But he doesn't sell a whole lot of honey to individuals. Most all of his honey, he barrels up in barrels and sells them to big corporations.
So I'm going to pause you on our squirrel moment for a second to tell Miss Chrissy. She says she missed yesterday because it was her birthday. Happy belated birthday, Chrissy.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday. MrCoop, stop, birthday. Okay.
I like how DW is like, hey, we have a birthday in the chat.
Happy birthday!
And that's for anybody I missed. So there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, anyhow,
I
Our
can't
pictures.
believe I squirreled and caused the entire show to squirrel.
Oh, we're all right. We're all right. We can get back on track. But this is Wednesday. Hell, we got 100 or 346 fabulous souls watching us right now. So, guys, gals, please, if you have not hit that like button, hit that like button right now. Teach old screw tube a lesson. You know, they got to make me and Georgie popular. So that only happens if you hit that like button. And if you get that wild hair up your butoxo, yeah, you can also share on all your social media sites. Get us some new people, you know. Go aggravate your family and friends. Say, hey, look, these two idiots over here talking shit about people. Y'all need to come watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, what Georgie said.
Well, that's what you said.
We
The
use my
next said,
friend's
blame
little
Mr.
smoker.
G. I did. And he's like, I didn't do anything.
There's a group of wild bees near my place. Go harvest wild. Oh, okay. Well, you have fun with that, Jack. That's one thing. Bees and wasps, I stay the hell away from.
Right? Same.
I mean, here a couple of years ago, I was mowing the front yard and I had let it go for quite a while. And there was a yellow jacket nest. They burrow under the ground. And the idiots had dug them a big old nest right by the fence. So I was going by the fence. I didn't know it. You don't know it's there. And oh boy, you found out real quick. I got hit with about 6 of them suckers. I just knew I was going to the hospital. I didn't. But by God, I found out where their hole was, and some old gasoline and a lighter made quick work of them bad boys.
Diesel.
Butt hair. Who's talking about butt hair?
I don't know. Apparently you were.
I said Botoxo, not butt hair. I don't know. I could have said anything. I don't know. Crazy shit comes out of my mouth all the time. Who knows? Oh, what's William got to say? Well, at least here the big stores have contracts for produce from big farms. It's hard for a little guy. Yeah, I mean, so okay, take
Well, buy
Walmart.
local, even with eggs.
Yeah, take Walmart for instance. They bringing all this shit from Mexico and California and China.
Man, don't
So-
get me started on Walmart lately.
Where is our local farmers? Are they sending our shit from locally to Japan, Taiwan, and Mexico and places like that?
I don't know, but we have a chain grocery store here, and they just built one in my hometown called Food City, and all their meat and produce comes from local farms in the town they built the store in.
Right on.
The best meat and produce I've ever tasted in my life came from Food City.
We've got a few.
The hell with Walmart.
Yeah, we've got a few local mom and pop stores, grocery stores. We got Harvest Meat Market that's right up the street. And I think most of their meat is United States. I don't think it's from overseas. I do know that their produce and stuff, it's coming from local people. It doesn't come from overseas. So, oh, most times, yes, whatever Penny's talking about. All right, please. Okay, dangerous ways in the morning. Yeah. My backyard garden is my summer food. Yeah, Nanny. I'll tell you, I spent one season with my garden before we had the chickens, and I absolutely loved it. I had it hooked up to where it automatically watered. All I had to do is go out there and throw some fertilizer on it ever so often. I loved the garden, but I can't have one now unless I fence it off, keep the chickens out of it. And the chickens are consistent. I don't have to do any work with the chickens. Just we feed them a little bit, collect their eggs, and that's it. Which reminds me, we got to go buy chicken feed this weekend.
Jack, we have Amish communities here. We have a local Amish store that we get all of our local honeys and jams and jellies from. Their stuff is so good.
Now I gotta hand it to Walmart. They do have some small sections that have local, jellies and jams and honeys and stuff like that. But their produce department. We're Florida. We have shit growing down here year round. Well, why aren't they selling Florida products on their shelves more in produce? I don't understand it.
Right.
They just don't want to pay them American prices.
Well, apparently Walmart's went woke. But regardless of that, everything I have bought from Walmart recently has either gone bad within a couple days of us getting it home, or it was bad when we got it home.
Redneck, my garden was raised gardens. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The meat smells burnt as soon as we get it home. All my bread that I've bought from Walmart recently turns to mold within just a day or two.
Yeah, Penny said most of our produce is sent to other countries. See, I don't understand that. Why are we sending our produce to other countries and buying produce from other countries? Well, we grow everything and raise everything we need to be self-sufficient. Why are we paying these high tariffs and shit bringing this stuff in? Well, we got it right here in our own country. It does not make sense. Cut the middleman out. All right, let's back. What do we got here? You're on page 3 of 10. What do you got going on here? Who are we talking about? Is this Randy's motion to compel?
Yes. Oh, motion summary judgment. So the statement of material facts, the counterclaims filed by defendant / counter plaintiff Cook hereinafter defendant are entirely based upon plaintiff's YouTube content. In fact, the counterclaim mentions YouTube content as the basis for each of its 3 counts. Count 1, paragraph 1, litigation-related YouTube content via polymop, the purposeful protraction of litigation and multiplication of proceedings. And paragraph 2, ongoing litigation generating fresh, compelling YouTube content. Paragraph 3, his YouTube videos. Paragraph 4, generating ongoing fresh litigation-related YouTube content. Paragraph 6, the basis of federal lawsuit and accompanying YouTube storylines. And in paragraph 7, litigation to generate YouTube content. Count 2, 15 through 18. Paragraph 15, the plaintiff has misappropriated the defendant's image and likeness by placing them on video thumbnails in order to advertise the videos as bad neighbors, videos in which the defendants appear involuntarily as villains in the plaintiff's contrived YouTube storylines. Count 3, 19 through 23. Paragraph 19, the plaintiff has published the defendant's photo, image, and or likeness on his YouTube page and in video thumbnails on many occasions. Whew. Mr. Hales is entitled to judgment as a matter of law as to count 1, intentional infliction of emotional distress.
Good morning, Melody. Good morning, Melody. Yep.
The intentional infliction of emotional distress she put on her bankruptcy shit yesterday that we read.
She put what now?
The intentional infliction of emotional distress where she's countersuing Jeremy. She put that on her bankruptcy stuff.
That was that IID something.
IIED, yeah.
Yeah.
Defendant has not produced a single example from YouTube or anywhere else to support count 1. This is because defendant cannot produce any such evidence as it simply does not exist. The count is based upon YouTube videos, again, of which defendant has not produced or cited to a single example in the counterclaim. In this count, defendant alleges, quote, the plaintiff framed the defendant so he could accuse them of being responsible for the sides as the basis for filing his present lawsuit, creating litigation to generate YouTube content, unquote. 2.
So this is all Bubble stuff that you're reading right now that Randy's saying Bubbles needs to have dropped.
Right, Randy's quoting it. 2. The plaintiff's accusations that the defendants planted the signs were and are false and known to be false by the plaintiff, unquote. 3. Quote, the plaintiff's statements accusing the defendants of creating and planting the signs were made and continue to be made with malicious intent to injure the defendants, unquote. That was Doc 69. Now,
how does Bubbles know that Jeremy knows they're false? How does Bubbles know what Randy's thinking, or not Randy, but Jeremy's thinking? He just sat there and said the plaintiff knows that it's false, that they weren't planted by her. How does he? Why would Jeremy be suing her if he thought they were false?
Right. Florida's single action rule. Count 1 of the counterclaim is simply the recasting of a defamation claim as additional distinct cause of action in tort. This is not allowed in Florida. In accordance with the single publication / single action rule, quote, the rule is designed to prevent plaintiffs from circumventing a valid defense to defamation by recasting essentially the same facts into several causes of action, all meant to compensate for the same harm. See Orlando Sports Stadium Incorporated v. Centennial Star Co. Dismissing claims which were essentially alternate theories of injury to reputation. The rule precludes the recasting of defamation claims as additional distinct causes of action in tort if all of the claims arise from the same defamatory publication. Inasmuch as the defendant has produced no evidence at all, not even a single example within the entire counterclaim, the conclusion is that there is no such publication which fits the elements of intentional infliction of emotional distress.
He's produced a mountain of freaking evidence.
This is Randy's filing against them.
Oh, okay.
So they
this
haven't
is Randy
produced
now
anything.
talking.
Yes. Randy is saying they have not produced anything.
Oh, before I forget about it. So, being that Lynette and Crook did not file any discovery that they were asked for, now, do you guys think that Randy is going to get a subpoena for the GPS on the Jeep and the phone records?
And being you brought that up, I brought that up yesterday during the bankruptcy case because allegedly, Lynette said that she has had the Jeep changed into someone else's name. And I made the comment that that's quite interesting that she's done that, being that the black box of the Jeep is in question.
Right.
For discovery of a lawsuit. I don't feel like she can legally do that.
I don't think she can, especially if she still owes on it. Because, I mean, you know what kind of hoops they would have to jump through? It would have to be taken out of her name, put into somebody else's name, and then the person that's doing it would either have to pay it off or they would have to be approved by the creditor and take over those payments.
Correct.
So you can't just... Go ahead.
I was talking to Mom Friday because, Mom did the Chapter 7 bankruptcy thing. And I was talking to her about it. I was like, there's alleged statements being said that she has took the Jeep, which she has financed, and put it into someone else's name or her child's name or something like that. And then she turned around and filed bankruptcy. And I asked Mom, I was like, is that even legal? Like, can she get in trouble for that? She said, absolutely she can. Because they go back and look at everything so many years back. And being that if it is true, and she did recently put this Jeep in someone else's name right before filing this bankruptcy, she can be held liable for it.
See, this Jeep, she's had this Jeep for 5 years? Okay.
Yeah.
So she's probably got a 6-year note on it, maybe a 7. Who knows? What I'm getting at is if the vehicle is paid for, she owes nothing on it. It's easy to put that in somebody else's name. But if it's still being financed, that's going to be a nightmare.
Uh-huh.
And according to her, she still has a payment according to the bankruptcy stuff. So
yeah,
as long as she has a payment, I don't see how that can be put in anyone else's name.
Right.
Because like I said, the state of Florida requires everybody, every vehicle have insurance on it. Okay. So if it's in someone else's name, that means the insurance is in somebody else's name. Well,
Al said allegedly, Lynette put the Jeep in the child's name. There's no way she got away with that with it being financed.
Right. I'm not saying she did or didn't. I'm just going off of what the rumor is. I just don't see how it's possible. And if it is, it would be to the point to where, okay, say for instance, I'm trying to get out from underneath the car lien and you come along and say, hey, I'll take over the payments and it'll be my vehicle. Well, we got to get you on that note, me off of that note. Do you think for 1 second that you're going to allow me to keep driving that vehicle that you're paying for?
No. And not only that, but in order for you to be able to take over that person's car note, you too have to pass a credit check.
Right.
And be approved for that credit check.
Right. So who would be the person that would step up to take on that responsibility, to take over the note? And okay, say for instance, Lynette says, okay, you take over my note. I'll put the thing in your name. I will give you the money to make the car payments. What kind of sucker, knowing this woman's background, would put faith in her to pay me every month for that car payment? There ain't no way I would trust her. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So then that goes back to the simple thing is, would you pay a car payment for somebody else driving your car? No, it ain't happening.
Nope.
So I think that rumor is false. But if it's not, she's gonna have some big questions to answer over that.
Yeah, right. And then she was also saying that she just put the land into a trust for Harley. There's a screenshot floating around of her saying that somewhere. That is the dumbest move you can make with you. You filed bankruptcy on the 3rd, and now you're stating you put the land into a trust.
Yeah, but see,
that doesn't make the land untouchable.
According to the bankruptcy, Harley's name isn't on that. She owns 50% of it. John owns 50% of it.
Exactly.
Remember? She quoted, it's what, 25,000, she said?
Yeah.
So if it was in Harley's name, why would that even be on the documents?
Right, exactly. So either she's lying in Lisa's chat or she's lying on the court documents. Which is it?
Well, she opens her mouth, she's lying. That's just a given with that woman. There's so many lies that she's told. It's just unbelievable. So hey,
as far as we know, the only vehicle she owns is the Jeep, and that's the one she put in her bankruptcy stuff.
Right.
So.
But I am curious. Hold on. Tug and Megan brought that up last night about the RV. From what Tug and Megan, when I was listening to them, they're questioning the fact that it sounds like the RV's gone.
That's what I'm wondering. I heard that too last night. But how would we know? And if the RV is gone, where the hell is John sleeping?
Exactly. I mean, and that's another thing. Why are they sleeping in that tiny oven when they've got that whole big pole barn with windows and doors on it? If I was going to sleep somewhere, it would be in that. Yes, it's not completed, but that's a whole lot bigger building than that little tiny freaking easy bake oven. So why haven't they been sleeping in there?
I don't know.
But then again, it's not insulated either, so it'd probably be just as hot as the easy bake oven. At least the easy bake oven's got some kind of shade on it throughout part of the day. I don't know. This is all some funky stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they harassed and stalked the man. They've defamed the man. They've tried to ruin the man's business, and then they sit back saying they're innocent. And there's not been one shred of proof proving their innocence. Not one. It's nuts. John, what do we got here? John is not allowed to be in the same residence. It's Lynette due to her claiming domestic abuse come back here. In divorce. Okay.
I don't know if it has to do with that or if it's CPS involved type situation. I've heard both. So
she has stated that he's not allowed to be under the same roof as HG. That's why they have the easy bake oven in the RV. I guarantee Child Services thinks that she's living in the RV and John's in the shed. Oh, what?
Jimmy Walker said that
Okay.
they've already researched this. The Jeep is in both of their names, with Crook being the primary owner, and the insurance is in his name.
Oh, so when did that happen? So that means if his name is on the Jeep, her name's probably on the RV. On the camper?
But see, she's been saying all these years that the Jeep was hers, just hers, and the camper was his,
Right.
just his. So now it.
Uh-huh. Now this opens up some doors here. So if he's the primary holder, I still want to know.
Yet another lie.
I still want to know where the $900 came from. Wouldn't it be 50-50? He owns 10 grand. She owns 10 grand of it.
You would think.
But yet she only 900. Come on.
However, if he is the primary person on everything,
okay, Nanny, are
maybe
there
that's
court
why
records?
she's sticking around.
Nanny says, "Are there court records about John?" I don't know what you're referring to, Nanny or Nancy.
DCF made the decision that John and Lynette had to sleep separately for Harley.
According to Lynette, I haven't heard DCF or whatever say any of that. So according to Lynette,
it come from Lynette's mouth that DCF made that decision.
But look at all the other claims she made. Every man in her life is a essay, or a PDF file. She's called how many people a PDF file and a child harpist?
Right.
I mean, who knows with this woman? Oh, I don't think the barn house has exterior door. Yes, it does, DR.
Yes, it does.
She conned a woman in one of those abuse groups on Facebook. From what we've read, Jeremy posted the proof of it.
Well, not only that, but it's on video from when they went and got Lloyd's stuff that there's an exterior door on that barn.
Yes, there's a front and a back door, and there's windows all around it. The abused woman took her tax money and handed it over to Lynette with the assumption Lynette would pay her back. Well, we know money ain't never getting paid back, and that's how they put the windows and doors in the barndominium.
Yes, Nemesis. We read that when we first got started, love.
That's all right, Big Al. You can catch up. Go ahead, girly.
Al said that he just checked the Levy County records. The property is not in a trust. The property is a 50-50 ownership split.
Right.
Between Lynette and John.
So she's lying. I mean, that right there proves it. She's lying. There is no trust.
Hey, Al, whose name is on it first? Like, who's the primary? Is it hers?
Well,
in
a situation like that, it wouldn't be. It would just be equal. It would be equal. On a car note, you would have a primary and a secondary. On a piece of property that's paid for completely, and it's got two people's names, there wouldn't be a primary or a secondary. It would just be split down the middle.
Chucky, those doors and windows was done before Fat Lisa Lee showed up in the picture.
Right.
That was like last year, something like that.
No, they were done in like 2020.
The windows and doors was done, 23 or last year. I can't remember.
Oh, it wasn't last year. It was done like 2023, 2020, late 2022 or early 2023. I would say it was early 2023 because the woman used her tax money and gave it to Lynette for the windows and doors, which she claims is a lie. But Jeremy, he literally showed proof, conversation between the woman and Lynette. So,
thank you, Al. So her name's the first name listed on it. It's just 50-50. Right. Either way, her trying to hide stuff in John's name isn't going to fly.
No.
Because it's been done within the last 5 years, and they're going to look at you 5 years.
So my question is, has John's name been on that Jeep this whole time, ever since she bought it?
Probably.
Or was this something done when they started smelling the roses of getting in trouble?
I don't know.
I'm pretty
Because
sure there's a
she
way
has
you can
stated all
check.
these years. She has stated all these years that the Jeep was hers and the RV was his.
Exactly.
And now it's 50-50 split.
Now, you do have Carfax that I know if you have the right information, you can check to see every owner, that's owned that vehicle. So maybe that would have, if John wasn't on it, maybe it would show when John got put on it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Cher said she's just saying that she has it in a trust for HG because Jeremy has all of his Ohio properties in a trust. Copying as usual. Yeah, it's called mirroring your victim.
Right. Which she does on a daily basis. Yeah, it's crazy. Land is 50-50. The lot sold 50. Here's 25 to former owner, co-owner. 50. Okay. Got you, James. Got you. Now, didn't Jeremy say they paid like $22,000, which was highly overpriced for that piece of property?
The church lot, yeah. He paid
No,
double.
not the church lot. Lynette's lot.
Oh, yeah. Crap.
It was like 22,000, I think it was.
20 or 25,000 she paid for that lot.
Because I know Jeremy, he only paid $5,000 for the church lot. But Lynette's lot, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, it was like $20,000 or $22,000. It was like, I think, either 10 or 12,000 more than what the property actually was worth. Even probably more than that. Because Jeremy's lot for the church, it's only a half an acre. Hers is 1.6 acres. So hers could easily sold for $10,000. But I think that she wanted the property so bad, she offered a highly overinflated price just to get it.
Yeah.
They paid either 22 or 26. Okay, thank you, Big Al. I know it's close to around that price. I can't remember exactly though. Yeah, they did. They spent $10,000 on the septic system. You probably got another $10,000 and maybe the concrete slab that the barndominium's sitting on.
Yeah.
The barndominiums, I have no clue what the shells cost. I would say probably 10, 15 grand, maybe unfinished. That's just the structure. I'm not positive on that. Yes, Mr. Coop, Jeremy said 22,000. Okay, that's what I thought. That was about 5,000 pieces of property, 5,000 price of a piece of property paid over $20,000. Okay, got you, Big Al. I could see hers. I could see at 1.6 acres. I could see that being upwards of probably 10 to 12,000. Because if you just go based off of the property that Jeremy's bought, he got a half acre for $5,000. Well, hers is like 3 times the size. 1.6 acres. That's like, 3 times the size of Jeremy. So, yeah. All right. Did you fall down over there?
Night Owl said, I thought the barn had a dirt floor.
No, it's got a concrete floor.
Yeah. They had the concrete poured a while back.
Oh, yeah, they had that about the time when they had the septic put in and the concrete poured, it was all basically right close to the same time. But see, guys, you got to remember, Jeremy never filmed any of this stuff because it wasn't on his radar. When they were tearing stuff down and cleaning up the property and having the slab poured and the septic put in, at that time, there was no bad blood there. So he had no reason to talk about her. Mm-hmm. That's why nobody sees any video of the property actually getting cleaned up and stuff getting, built and stuff like that.
Right.
Like Jeremy said, until you interject yourself into his life, he doesn't put you on video.
The property is worth to the county as $52,300.
Right.
So she lied on on the bankruptcy. Go figure.
How's that?
Because I'll look.
Oh,
at
she
the
just
county
claimed
as-
she just claimed 50,000. All right.
No, she claimed 20, didn't she?
No, 25 is what she has as her.
No, you're
part.
right. You're right. My bad.
Right. She left off
She rounded it down.
Yeah, the 2,300. She just went straight 50. Oh,
I would have rounded it up to 53 instead of rounding it down two grand. But hey, whatever. You do.
I
you,
did.
boo-boo.
I did think that her total net worth that she estimates is $1 million. I did like that. If I'm not mistaken.
She
I
said
think
her debt is, or what she's supposed to be getting is almost $1 million.
Right. So she's counting on lawsuits that haven't even been filed. I mean, it's kind of nuts.
I think she's counting on the counterclaims.
Yeah, but the counterclaims are getting dismissed.
Or it's going to be a summary judgment. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. So in order to state a cause of action for intentional infliction of emotional distress, the plaintiff must demonstrate that 1, the defendant acted recklessly or intentionally. 2, the defendant's conduct was extreme and outrageous. 3, the defendant's conduct caused the plaintiff's emotional distress. And 4, plaintiff's emotional distress was severe. Your Quella v. Lennon Supermarket. Defendant cannot produce any evidence that the YouTube videos were not protected speech, which Mr. Hales has under his First Amendment rights. The freedom to speak one's mind is not only an aspect of individual liberty and thus good unto itself, but also is essential to the common quest for truth and the vitality of society as a whole. In Hustler Mag v. Falwell, the Supreme Court rejected the notion that the concept of outrageousness, which is an element of the tort of intentional infliction of emotional distress, would provide sufficient protection to the First Amendment rights of a defendant. Outrageousness in that area of political and social discourse has an inherent subjectiveness about it which would allow a jury to impose liability on the basis of the juror's taste or views, or perhaps on the basis of their dislike of a particular expression. An outrageousness standard thus runs afoul of our long-standing refusal to allow damages to be awarded because the speech in question may have an adverse emotional impact on the audience. CNA NAACP v. Claiborne Hardware Co. Speech does not lose its protected character simply because it may embarrass others or coerce them into action. And as we stated in FCC v. Pacifica Foundation, reason for suppressing it. Indeed, if it is the speaker's opinion that gives offense, that consequence is a reason for according it constitutional protection, for it is a central tenet of the First Amendment that the government must remain neutral in the marketplace of ideas. The public expression of ideas may not be prohibited merely because the ideas are themselves offensive to some of their hearers. The Supreme Court extended the First Amendment's protection even beyond actions for intentional infliction of emotional stress to include claims for the violation of plaintiff's privacy rights and for civil conspiracy. Moreover, the Snyder Court relied on Hustler Magazine Incorporated v. Falwell. Quote, the free speech clause of the First Amendment, Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech, can serve as a defense in state tort suits, including suits for intentional infliction of emotional distress. Defendant can produce no evidence and hasn't even included any such evidence in the counterclaim itself, where the First Amendment does not defeat the claim for intentional infliction of emotional distress. This means that this claim fails as a matter of law. Hales is entitled to judgment as a matter of law as to count 3, invasion of privacy by unauthorized publication. Defendant has not produced a single example from YouTube or anywhere else to support count 3. To show invasion of privacy based on publication of private facts, a plaintiff must prove 4 elements. 1. The disclosure was public. 2. Private facts were disclosed. 3. The matter publicized was highly offensive to a reasonable person. And 4. The matter is not a legitimate concern to the public. Defendant complains about publishing the defendant's photo, image, and or likeness on plaintiff's YouTube page and in video thumbnails on many occasions. If this were the case, then it is difficult to explain why the defendant has not produced a single example of this publication. This is because the defendant cannot produce any evidence that would show that the defendant's photo, image, and or likeness on plaintiff's YouTube page and in video thumbnails were not already publicized elsewhere and republicized. Bingo!
Exactly, right there. Because either Jeremy has taken video from a public place and used her image off of video he's created, or it's been shit that she's posted.
And news articles from way back when. A lot of us have taken pictures off of news articles.
Yep.
That she volunteered to be a part of.
Oh, just remember the deposition. There's been a lot of photos snatched out of that deposition. Public record.
Public record. You can't do jack shit about public records.
Nope. See, this is a classic example. If you don't want your shit online, don't get involved. Don't put yourself in the situation to have it put online.
I mean, they've posted my family all over the hate group. You don't see me filing a frivolous lawsuit, do you?
They're trying to get money out of Jeremy, which it's not going to work because they have to prove that he is selling a product with her image on it, and he's not.
That's right.
It's just basically a bulletin saying, "Hey, look, I'm going to be talking about this." He's not asking for money. He's not making money off of her image. He's making money off the content that he creates, not off of her.
Al said the property is still listed as vacant.
Yep, it's. I think there's a term that they're using it for. It's a derelict dwelling or something like that. Huh?
Crap. Yeah, you're right. There's
a term they're using. I just can't remember what it is. But it is definitely not listed as a homestead or even having a home or dwelling on it. But I can't remember the term, but it's something based on that. Because I know... What?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to read some more of the document because we're coming up on our 2 hours.
Yeah, go ahead. Read. Have at it.
Okay. A photograph taken in a public place is not private. Heath v. Playboy enters. Defendant cannot produce any evidence that would show that the defendant's photo, image, and or likeness on plaintiff's YouTube page and in video thumbnails were not taken in a public place. Facts taken from public records or proceedings are not private. Defendant cannot produce any evidence that would show that the defendant's photo, image, and or likeness on plaintiff's YouTube page and in video thumbnails were not taken from public records or proceedings. Bingo. Even otherwise private facts may become public when acquired by legitimate means. Defendant cannot produce any evidence that would show that the defendant's photo, image, and or likeness on plaintiff's YouTube page and in video thumbnails were not acquired by legitimate means. Consent is never even reached where no disclosure of private facts can be demonstrated. This means that consent is not an issue in this case. Finally, the right to privacy does not forbid the publication of information that is of public benefit or general interest, and the right does not exist as to persons and events in which the public has a rightful interest.
Kenley in the house.
My baby girl here.
Hey, sweetie, how you doing?
Where?
I don't know. I just
Where's
seen.
my baby?
Yeah, sweet Yankee Bell said she was in here.
Hi, baby girl. Love you. Defendant can produce no evidence and hasn't even included any such evidence in the counterclaim itself, where the above does not apply. This means that this claim fails as a matter of law. Hales is entitled to judgment as a matter of law as to count 2, Florida Statute 540.08. Defendant has not produced a single example from YouTube or anywhere else to support count 2. Section 540.08 of the Florida statutes prohibits the unauthorized use of a person's name or likeness for trade, commercial, or advertising purpose. Tyne v. Time Warner Entertainment Co. Certified question answered. Section 540 prohibits using a person's name or likeness to directly promote a product or service. 540.08 prevents the unauthorized use of name or personality to directly promote the product or service of the publisher. Unconsented use of an individual's name and likeness only when such directly promotes a commercial product or service. Emphasis added. Defendant can produce no evidence and hasn't even included any such evidence in the counterclaim itself, where the above does not apply. This means that this claim fails as a matter of law. Conclusion. Because there is no evidence to prove a fact necessary to defendant's counterclaims, Mr. Hales is entitled to summary judgment as a matter of law. There you go.
Now I got a question. Just say for shits and giggles, Jeremy filed this suit against John and Lynette, and Bubbles was never brought into the picture. And nobody really knew what was going on at the time, because at the time it was all fresh. Do you think she would have been able to get a decent lawyer if she would have had the money?
If she would have had the money and Bubbles hadn't to put his nose where it didn't belong, yeah, possibly.
So do you think that with all of the bullshit that Bubbles has done throughout both of these cases, do you think that that's hurt her from being able to get a regular lawyer, a real lawyer?
Honestly, yeah.
Huh.
I think Bubbles screwed the pooch for her.
Hey, Kenley. Yeah, I think with all of the popularity, negatively and positively, which I don't see how there's any positive, but anyway, all of the media around it, well, social media around it, I think that has hurt them more than anything, because he just couldn't stay. They can't stay off social media.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, go ahead.
A normal attorney would himself shut up and not put no 2 cents in on it, but also tell their client to keep their mouth shut.
I mean, look at Silver Scam. You didn't see Silver Scam out here running all over Facebook and YouTube, running his pie hole.
Exactly.
I mean, he saw the writing on the wall and he said, I don't want no more of this. I mean, they already, that's something I didn't see. I did not see the money that she supposedly owes Silver Scam on that bankruptcy.
Good point. I didn't see it either.
I didn't see anything about Silver Scam anywhere. So, was that all just rumor and conjecture, whatever you want to call it? That she owes him 16 grand?
Well, from my understanding, they're over there trying to throw him under the bus too.
Who?
A Silver Scam.
For what? Walking away from a losing battle?
Yeah.
To be honest, I think Silver Scam did the right thing by telling his client, "Hey, look, we're done. You got to let this go." I know for a fact that probably pissed her off 9 ways to Sunday, but still, he had a good point. They would have lost.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny part is if she wouldn't have dropped it, I'll bet you anything that Jeremy could have turned around once it was over, said and done. The judge probably would have gave him one on her. Randy
Yeah.
would have proved right there in that court hearing, hey, judge, she's not the one that's being stalked and harassed. It's Jeremy, my client. He already has a protection order on her. And I think the judge would have honored the one from Ohio and placed one on her if they would have continued.
If Grudge Judge wasn't being such a biased jackass, yeah, I agree with you.
Well, I'm talking about Davis.
Davis, on the other hand, yeah.
I see Davis literally giving Jeremy a restraining order based off of something she filed, because in the end of it, Randy's going to show proof that she harassed and stalked him.
Right.
And Silver Scam's going to be sitting there, oh shit. So in my opinion, I think Silver Scam did her a service by telling her to drop it, because it could have went, much
The other
worse
way.
for her. Right. Judge could have seen that and said, I'm sorry there, Miss Lynette. Yeah, Mama's home. Yep. All right. But I literally think that the judge could have said, well, sorry, you're not getting what you want, but he's going to get it instead because you're actually being shown to harass and stalk him. According to Flea Circus, Silverman got over $17K. He got over $17K, or he still owed $17K, Jack? Because I think that's the reason why Bubbles made that comment. I'm pretty sure it was Bubbles that said Silver Scam wouldn't turn over anything because they owed him 16 grand. Now, I'm not 100%. I've not seen the guy's books. I don't know. I'm just going off of what I heard. And I'm pretty sure that came from Bubbles saying that he couldn't get the deposition and he couldn't get all the stuff that he wanted because Silver Scam wasn't turning it over because Lynette owed him money. I could be wrong. But I don't know. But then again, if she does owe him money, why isn't it on the bankruptcy? You back?
Yes, I am.
Thank you
Thank
very
you, Miss
much. That's
Carol.
really nice. Thank you.
Now, we were just talking about Silver Scam and the money that's supposedly owed to him. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Al or somebody said that they paid Silver Scam over 17 grand. Well, if they paid Silver Scam, if she didn't owe him any money, why wouldn't he turn over all the stuff that Bubbles was wanting? Because didn't Bubbles say that that's the reason why Silver Scam would not turn over all of the files on Lynette is because he was owed money?
Yeah, from my understanding.
Oh, I was thinking that first attorney, they gave him $6,000. They gave him more than that. Well, okay, she collected more than that. She collected about $18,000 because you had Paul Humphrey gave her $7,000. You had Patty Plummer gave her $7,000, and then Paul Humphrey came back and gave her another $3,000. So that's $14,000, $15,000, $16,000, $17,000 that she collected. Now, whether or not the lawyer Silver Scam got it, I don't have any idea.
Right. Kenley's picking on you, Coopy.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Yeah,
She put hashtag fairy coop.
I saw. But yeah, Patty Plummer gave $16K for Silver Scam.
I was hearing rumors that Patty and Paul are the same person. I don't know if that's true or not, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that because I mean, I don't know. It could be. I don't know, but I don't think so. But I think it's awful funny that Patty and Paul have both just poof disappeared.
Right.
They're completely gone. I can understand why Patty's gone. she's cut a deal.
Right. Greg, that's what Coopy and I was questioning yesterday. Where's the stuff from Ohio where she owes Jeremy money from Ohio's case on that bankruptcy.
Yep. I don't know if they paid the $100 fine a piece. You know, the $200, $100 for each one. I don't know if they paid that. I think they may have. I'm not sure. But if they didn't, the judge could literally issue a bench warrant for them on that. Now, as far as the $3,000 that they owe Jeremy's lawyer for lawyer fees and stuff, that is civil. So I guess he would have to file.
Is it civil? Because it has to do with
a court order. Yeah. See, I'm not sure.
It's contempt against the protective order. At what point does it become criminal?
Oh, the more it's done, the more that they carry on, it'll eventually will go criminal. But as far as the money, the $3,000 that he owes or she owes or they owe.
Now, see, if that had been in Tennessee and contempt was filed on them for breaking the protective order, they would have already been behind bars. Multiple times. They've already been arrested. There wouldn't be no fines.
Oh, and I'll tell you right now, here in Florida, if they would have been in Polk County, this shit would have been taken care of. I mean, they're in a bad place up there. Grady Judd wouldn't put up with it. I mean, I'm pretty sure Grady Judd would have done had them in jail. I could be wrong.
Right share. They didn't pay. I think they paid the $100 fine, but they haven't paid the attorney's fees that Jeremy was awarded.
Right. If they did, I know they didn't pay the attorney fees, but if they didn't pay the $200 to the court, that can be, well, hell. Well, they could get them on bench warrant for that, contempt of court. If they didn't pay the lawyer, I think they can get them on contempt of court on that too. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Because it was ordered that she paid $100 for each one of them, and then $3,000 for attorney fees. So it was ordered. It wasn't like she won a loss or Jeremy won a lawsuit. It was ordered by the court.
Yeah.
So maybe Jeremy's lawyer needs to maybe push for that, saying, hey, look, Judge, I haven't received a dime. These people are, costing my client money, and they're not paying up for what you ordered them to pay up. Anywho, let's pull the plug on this puppy, youngin'.
Alrighty. As always, guys, Coopy and I are on Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have not already, make sure you head over and subscribe to Mama Coop and hang out with her tonight. That being said, remember, you are one of a kind. Never let anyone dim your light, and you matter. We love you, we appreciate you, and we'll see you in the morning. Bye, guys.
What she said.
It's that time again, my friends. Time to part till next we see. Gonna sail on different winds, but your heart stays close, my friend.
Distant roads may pull us apart, but our memories never die. Underneath the same bright sky, we'll be together by and by. Until we meet again, my friends, in the stories that we've weaved, every moment that we share is a treasure we can't spare.
Through the seasons we may roam, chasing dreams on a dirt road home. Every memory of our time reminds us that life's so fine.
Through the seasons we may roam, chasing dreams on a dirt road home. Every memory of our time reminds us that life's so fine. Farewell is not forever, just a pause along the road. Our connection we won't sever, treasure we can't spare.